The scene begins in a lush green forest with sunlight streaming through the leaves. Key, a young boy, is walking along a small forest path, surrounded by the sounds of birds chirping and leaves rustling underfoot. As Key passes a large bush, he hears a strange noise. He looks around and spots a small golden deer with shimmering fur. Its front leg is caught in a thorny bush. The deer is struggling to get free, but the more it tries, the tighter the bush wraps around its leg. Kai quickly approaches and gently says, "Don't be afraid, I'll help you get out of here." The deer turns to look at Kay with its large round eyes, filled with gratitude but also a bit of worry. Kay carefully untangles the branches from the deer's leg, his hands moving gently and skillfully. After a short while, the deer is free and shakes its small legs. The deer happily says, "Thank you, Kay. Without you, I don't know what I would have done." Kay smiles kindly. "It's nothing. Be careful when walking around. This deep forest is full of dangers." One peaceful afternoon in the lush green forest, Kay was strolling under the thick canopy, enjoying the fresh air and the sound of birds singing. Suddenly, from afar, he heard a strange noise, the rustling of branches and a small cry of distress from an animal in trouble. Curious, Kay quickened his pace, heading toward the sound. As he got closer, he saw a small golden deer with shimmering fur struggling to free itself from a thorny bush. Its leg was caught in the sharp branches, and each time it tried to pull away, the thorns tightened, causing the deer more pain and fear. The deer turned its head, its eyes wide with worry and fear, searching for help. Seeing this, Kay immediately ran over to the deer, speaking softly to calm it. "Don't worry, I'll help you. Just stay still and I'll get these thorns off you." The deer looked at Kay with large, trusting eyes, though still slightly anxious. Kay knelt down beside it, carefully and slowly untangling the sharp branches from the deer's leg. The thorns were tricky to remove, but Kay remained patient, making sure not to hurt the deer in the process. One by one, he carefully removed each branch, and slowly the deer's leg became free. As Kay worked, the deer's fear seemed to subside, its eyes becoming calmer, realizing the boy was truly helping. After a while, Kai Bailey removed the last thorn. The deer gently stepped back, shaking its leg to make sure it was fine. Then it turned to Kay with bright, grateful eyes. "Thank you so much," the deer exclaimed, its voice filled with relief and gratitude. "Without you, I would have been stuck here for much longer." Key stood up, smiling warmly, and gently patted the deer's head. "You're welcome. I'm glad I could help. But be careful next time. The deep forest is full of dangerous spots, and if you're not cautious, you might get into trouble again." The deer nodded, its eyes sparkling with joy and gratitude. It realized that Kay had not only freed it from the thorny bush, but had also taught it an important lesson about being careful and staying safe in the forest. Before parting, the deer gave Kay a friendly smile, then hopped joyfully deeper into the forest, leaving Kay watching it disappear with a warm and satisfied feeling. Kay understood that sometimes helping others not only brings them happiness, but also brings a sense of joy and fulfillment to yourself. He thought to himself, kindness and gratitude always bring good things to life. After Kay helped the little deer escape from the thorny bush, the deer was not only grateful, but also wanted to repay Kay kindness. With bright eyes, the deer turned to Kay and said, "You helped me. Now I want to take you to a special place in the forest. Follow me." Kay, surprised but curious, nodded and began to follow the deer. The deer led the way, lightly hopping along winding paths through the thick forest. Sunlight streamed through the green leaves, creating shimmering beams of light as if welcoming them both. The sound of birds singing filled the air, blending with the gentle murmur of a distant stream. As they ventured deeper into the forest, Key felt the magic of the surrounding nature. Wildflowers of all colors appeared on either side of the path, and colorful butterflies fluttered around them. Key couldn't help but feel like he was stepping into an entirely new world. "Where are you taking me?" Key asked, his voice filled with excitement. The deer turned back and smiled, its eyes gleaming. "Just follow me, you'll see soon." They continued their journey through the deep forest, where the light became softer and more serene. Suddenly, they reached an open clearing, where a crystal clear stream flowed across the forest floor. Sunlight reflected off the water, creating sparkling rays like precious gems. Key's mouth dropped open in amazement. Before him was a small waterfall, its waters gently flowing into a clear pool. The scene was as beautiful as a painting. Surrounding them were vibrant wildflowers and lush greenery, creating a peaceful and stunning environment. "Wow, this is the most beautiful place I've ever seen," Kay exclaimed, his eyes unable to leave the breathtaking view. The deer nodded, its eyes glowing with joy at seeing Kai so happy. "This is the gift I wanted to give you, to thank you for helping me. This place is a secret of the forest, and very few know about it." Key's heart swelled with gratitude and joy. He realized that sometimes a small act of kindness can open up wonderful new experiences in life. He sat down by the waterfall, listening to the gentle flow of the water and breathing in the fresh, pure air. After the deer led Kay to a remote and peaceful part of the forest, the boy couldn't help but be amazed by the magical beauty of the place. Under the golden glow of the setting sun, the secret forest appeared like a stunning painting, with a crystal clear waterfall cascading into a deep blue pool, surrounded by vibrant wildflowers. Key walked slowly, his eyes wide with wonder. He had never seen a place so beautiful and serene. Wildflowers bloomed brightly under the sunlight, and butterflies of every color fluttered around the delicate petals. The sound of the waterfall mixing with the gentle chirping of birds created a harmonious natural melody. The air was still, filled only with the soft sounds of nature. Key took a deep breath, relishing the fresh and cool air. He turned to the deer with eyes sparkling. "This place is amazing. How did you find it?" The deer smiled gently, its eyes full of satisfaction at seeing Kay's excitement. "This is where I come whenever I need some peace. Very few know about this place, so it stays as beautiful and untouched as it is." Key approached the edge of the crystal clear pool, dipping his small hands into the cool water. He saw his reflection shimmering on the surface, the ripples making his image blur slightly. He sat down next to the waterfall, watching the sunlight dance on the flowing water. "I can't believe I'm in a place like this," Kai said, his voice filled with emotion. "I never thought there could be such a wonderful spot hidden in the deep forest." The deer sat down beside Kay, its eyes full of joy. The deer was proud to share this secret with its new friend. They sat together for a while, not saying anything, just enjoying the peacefulness of the forest. Key realized that sometimes the most wonderful things aren't found in faraway places, but in the unexpected corners of the world, if we're willing to search and open our hearts to them. After spending time exploring and enjoying the beauty of the secret forest, the sun began to set, casting a soft, warm glow over everything. Kai sat beside the little deer, watching the last rays of sunlight dance across the water, creating a magical scene like something out of a fairy tale. He felt a deep sense of peace and happiness in his heart. The deer turned to Kai, its eyes shining with sincerity. "Thank you, Kai, for helping me today. Because of you, I didn't just escape the thorn bush, I gained a new friend." Key smiled warmly, his eyes sparkling with joy. He hadn't just helped the deer out of trouble. He realized he had found a precious friend in this adventure. You're welcome, and thank you for showing me this beautiful place. I'll never forget this secret forest, and I'll never forget you either. The deer smiled softly and slowly stood up, ready to return to the vast forest. Key also stood, gazing at the setting sun. Both knew the time to say goodbye had come, but their friendship would remain forever in their hearts. Before leaving, the deer gently said, "Your kindness helped me, and because of that, we've created a beautiful friendship. Gratitude is something we should always treasure, and I will always remember you." Key nodded, feeling warmth spread through his chest. I feel the same. Today, I learned that when we help others, we don't just bring them joy, we also find happiness within ourselves. They exchanged one last smile. Kay waved goodbye to the deer, then began to walk down the path that led out of the forest. The sunset bathed the forest in a soft, peaceful light, like a warm embrace from nature, marking the farewell between two friends. As Key walked out of the forest, he promised himself that from this day forward, he would always remember that gratitude isn't just about saying thank you, it's about how we treat those around us with kindness. It was gratitude that had opened his heart to the beauty of life and connected him with the good things within himself.